Hey, Jessica, welcome. We are going to start.
Hello. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. And
Okay, your show is in the background, so I need to turn that off. One
okay.
second. Do you mind unsharing screens?
Yeah, Rajesh, you can stop sharing the screen, please. Yeah.
Thank you. That way I'll turn this off now. I'm seeing your great show behind the screen.
How lovely. Now I can see you. And Jessica, first of all, I thank you so much. Okay. We are going to start in 6 minutes from now because the timing
Yes.
is 8 p.m. Indian time. And right now it is 7:55. Okay. So we are going to be starting it in 5 minutes from now. So for the next 5 minutes you can turn off if you want. You can turn off your video camera, or you can just have it like that, no problem at all. So let people join in for 5 minutes. I'll be sharing my screen, I'll be playing a music, let people join in. And we will begin at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock I'll start. 5 minutes I'll just brief people about what is this show about and how things are. And 8:05 I'll welcome you on the screen. Is that okay?
Great. Yes, how is the audio? Can you hear me clearly?
Absolutely clear. Absolutely clear.
Great.
Your video and audio
Awesome.
both are absolutely clear. Okay.
Awesome.
Super
Thank
happy
you.
to super happy to see you. To be very honest, and your videos have been super inspiring. So I'm going to play some music and share my screen here, and we will meet participants after some time. Okay, after 5-10 minutes.
Great.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone, whoever is watching it. And right now, I know many of you are live on YouTube. This show is going to be in English. Uh, like many of my shows are in Hindi, but this one is going to be in English because Jessica would not be able to understand Hindi, and she is very good English speaker. English is her native language. So let's wait for some time, and we will begin sharp at 8 o'clock. Okay, so 4 minutes to go more.
Music source.
Are you ready, everyone? We are going to start in the next 1 minute. Let's go.
Alexa, turn on Do Not Disturb.
I won't disturb you.
All right. Okay, everyone. So just a moment. Let me start my video. Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Bhupendra Singh Rathore, and I'm going to be your host for BSR's Think Rich Show. I'm sure each and every one of you are able to see me. Each and every one of you are able to really wait for this show. And today, this is going to be a super duper dynamic show because one of my inspirations is going to come. And not only my inspiration, she is the inspiration of many, many, many people in this world. Okay, why? I'll let you know in a couple of minutes. But before that, every Sunday evening, 8 p.m. onwards, this Think Rich show is live and with some of the other powerful personalities from the world. The major language this show is in is Hindi, but today it is a deviation from the show because Jessica is here with us from America and she is going to share her journey with all of us. Friends, last month, in the month of November, we did a workshop which was attended by more than 6 lakh people, means 600,000 people. From 1st of November to 30th of November, we had this live workshop on my YouTube channel, which is CoachBSR. Every day, every night, around 20,000 families were getting connected, and the show reached to 600,000 people in less than 30 days. And that too, when we made it private. It means we are able to make a huge difference in this country. Our mission is very simple. The mission is to make India and the world think rich. The mission is all about spreading positive energy. The mission is all about giving a lot of hope. And you guys witnessed that how many people changed their lives, how many people were out of depression, how many people were out of their stress, anxiety, tension, and so many things. It was a healing journey for many people. It was a motivational journey for many people. It gave many people a lot of hope. And in the same way, we are bringing this show once again in the month of January, from 3rd of January to 18th of January. Yes, you heard me right. The magic of thinking rich is going to happen once again from 3rd of January 2021 to 18th of January 2021. It will be again live on my YouTube channel from 8 p.m. in the night to 10 p.m. every single night. Well, my friends, thank you so much for joining this show today. Right now, I know more than 2,000 people are connected with us on Zoom, as well as different platforms like YouTube and Facebook, and 8,000 more are supposed to join in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So it's going to be super duper exciting. It's very, very powerful to have you in this show. I thank you so much for being the loyal audience of this show. All right. So guys, today I don't want you to wait because I want every single second of this particular show to be very powerful. And it is going to be very powerful today because we have with us the one and only Jessica Cox. Jessica is the champion of champions, I must say. I mean, her first video when I saw in 2007, it was so inspiring. A woman flying an aeroplane without hands. And when she was asked, like, how do you feel? Can you imagine this? And she said, yeah, I mean, it was hard for me also and my family also, but everything is possible. I did my best. I wanted to take up new challenges and I did it. And today, Jessica is with us, my dear friends, on the screen. I want you to all give a warm welcome to Jessica Cox. Jessica Cox is the only licensed pilot in the whole world, in the whole universe, I must say. And I'm sure she's going to be the only one for the next 100 years more who is flying the aeroplane without hands. Such an inspiration, such a lovely person. Thank you so much for joining us, Jessica, directly from United States. I am so happy to have you. You have been my inspiration for many, many months. I have played your videos in front of thousands of people in my workshops, and I'm so delighted, excited, and humbled to have you in my show. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad to be on your show.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. So guys, I want to see your comments in my YouTube section. And Jessica, I'll send you the link of that YouTube video once it is over. So, how are you feeling, everybody? Connected, extremely welcome. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, Jessica Cox. Good evening, Jessica. You are an inspiration, Jessica Cox. Welcome, Jessica. It's inspiring to meet you in this virtual platform. How wonderful, ma'am. So much of love, so much of wishes are coming on your way, Jessica. You can see it.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel the love.
How wonderful, Jessica. So India has got a big fan following for you. So Jessica, without having any kind of formality, I would like to ask you, who is Jessica Cox and what makes Jessica Cox so special? How can you have so much of courage, and how come you could do so many things? I mean, it's a curiosity, and I really wanted to directly have a talk with you so that I can understand and all my people can understand.
Well, I think to start, I have to really thank my parents because I was born without arms for no particular reason. The doctors to this day have no medical reason why I never developed the arms when I was in utero. So for my parents, they had a very difficult time in the beginning because they didn't know the reason. They didn't know what kind of life was in store for someone without arms, if there was even a future for me. And so they were very concerned, and my mom was even depressed at times,
Mhm.
not knowing what was in my future, but they really came together as my foundation, and they together made a very important decision early on that they were going to treat me just like they treat my brother and my younger sister. They were
Mhm.
going to treat me just like any other child. They were going to help me to become independent, to be confident, and do whatever they could as wonderful parents. And I'm so grateful to them for starting me off on the right foot. My website, rightfooted.com.
Right, right.
And there's a documentary called Right Footed because they really did start me on the right foot. They got me, they helped me develop the skills I needed to develop. I started to learn to use my feet in place of the missing arms.
Uh-huh.
And from early on, even as a toddler, as a baby, I would grab a hold of toys and dolls with my feet. So my brain became connected to the very things I had, which were my toes and my feet. And they became then my hands. And they essentially replaced what was missing. And I started to explore the world and learn how to become independent with what I have. And those were my feet.
Wow, Jessica, like you learn to use your feet so much that now I think you feel that uh, you know it's all right to just do everything with the hands. But people like us, when we look at you, I mean, it looks so impossible. How hard was it for you to develop this kind of a skill? Okay, what's the name of this dog?
Oh, this little dog here on the floor. He's my dog now. I just got him, and so bear with me. But I think for me, the thought of the things that I do without hands and arms is considered impossible. But it's
Yeah.
just the thought. For me, I think of the world like right now. You saw the little dog popping up on the screen.
Mhm.
He's below my feet because he's used to me and he connects with my feet. He thinks those are my hands. And flying a plane, it
Mhm.
seemed impossible for me in the very beginning because no one had ever done it before. But
Absolutely.
eventually, I thought, well, if we break down this challenge into small steps, it
Mhm.
makes it more achievable. And we
Absolutely.
started off with the first thing I needed to do, which I brought my headset here, was learn how to put on my headset. And
Oh
once I had
my.
this headset, which is the way we communicate as pilots, I broke the first two headsets. So I eventually learned to just use my feet to hold on the headsets and exactly like this. I'll show you. And put it on my head. And I adapted to doing that.
Oh my
And
goodness.
And so that was the first step, but it was just about breaking it down into achievable steps and practice and never giving up. Because too often I think a lot of people give up on their dreams, and I
Mhm.
think for me I want to bring home that message that you should never give up. Find a way. Be
Wow.
persistent.
Everyone, can you give a big round of applause? Because I am sure this might have taken endless hours of practice and a lot of patience for Jessica to develop herself and do everything possible. And Jessica has achieved so much. So she's a taekwondo champion. She is I think black belt in taekwondo.
I have a 4th-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
4th-degree black belt in taekwondo. So guys, this is possible. At the same time, she drives her car very well. She flies the airplane very well alone, that too without a co-pilot. So much so she can do, and that's incredible. So Jessica, like initial days when you were learning all those things, I'm sure it required a lot of patience. So how did you have that patience? At times you might have been very irritated, frustrated. How did you deal with that frustration and irritation?
It's funny you mentioned patience. I was just with my dad the other evening. He lives not too far from me. And he said, I wish I had your patience. And I don't think of myself as a patient person because I always want to keep moving and I want things almost instantaneously. But definitely that was a part of my growth, was having to give the time that I needed, which took me a lot longer. Like, for example, I woke up this morning an hour and a half before the interview because I know for me it takes longer to get ready, and I have to wash my hair with my feet. I put on my makeup with my feet. I got dressed all alone because I'm here alone at the moment at home. And for me, having to plan it out is just a part of my everyday. It does take me longer to do a couple things, and I just have to make sure that I have the time to plan it out and just never give up. So patience and persistence is a part of my everyday life, to the point that I don't even think too much about it, like when I got up this morning for this interview.
How wonderful. I mean, see, I was getting like very, very restless because I didn't hear from you in the last 2 days. And I was thinking, what will happen? What will not happen? I was having the conversation with my team. I don't know. And, I was relieved the moment I saw your email. Hey, I'm here. And I was like, wow, thank you so much, Jessica. I mean, your time is very precious. I know. I'm sure you might be receiving lots and lots of requests like this and thousands of them. And you honored this request. I mean, this is a very special moment for all of us. Guys, I want you to celebrate this moment. I'm going to play a little bit of music so each and every one of us can celebrate. I know that we will not be able to see you, but we still feel that you will be able to celebrate. Let's celebrate for a little bit moment. Come on, everyone. Let's have the celebration for a couple of moments for Jessica, for her patience, for her mind-blowing, presence of mind, and so many things. All right. Thank you. This is a small one, and let's hear more from Jessica. So Jessica, what message do you give to all the people who are stressed today due to COVID, due to many other reasons? They want to do many things. They want to start business. They want to fly high, but they don't pay the price. Okay, they don't really push themselves so much. They don't keep this patience. They don't want to give the best. What kind of advice do you give? And I would like you to take over the stage, and for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever you want to share with these people, you can. I would put you on spotlight so that I can be away from this spotlight and only you can speak, because I don't want to have it as a typical interview. And then I will take some questions from the audience towards the end of this interview so that we can ask you that. All right. So let's directly go. You're welcome. Thank you.
Now more than ever is a very critical time for us to really rise above. And everyone in the world is challenged, especially now. Now is a time to build our resilience. Now is a time to go out there and do things and become stronger, because we as a world need that, and we need leaders, and we need people who are constant positive reinforcements that it's possible to recover, it's possible to bounce back, and it's possible to do all these things that maybe seem impossible right now. When you break down impossible, it's actually I'm possible if you break down the letters of the word. And I like to think about that because that is how I think of things ever since the beginning. I was fortunate to have a father who said, I never once shed a tear about your birth condition. I never saw you as handicapped. So he instilled in me that I'm not a victim. And it starts off with that mentality that we are not a victim of anything right now. We have to stay positive. We have to look for all the positive around us so that it continues to build momentum, and not to look at the negative, not to look at what we don't have. Because if we dwell on that, we'll be in a space, in a place that brings us down, that doesn't allow us to become resilient. It doesn't allow us to stay positive. We have to build on goals that we have, no matter how difficult it is right now, because goals are what stretch us. And if we have the desire to do something, it's surprising how that desire will push us every morning to do something to get a little bit closer to our goal. I love desire because desire is 80% of success. If you want to do something, it pushes you, especially on those difficult days when it's a little more difficult to get up in the morning, a little more difficult to envision the end goal. So desire is critical. Persistence is a must. Being persistent, never giving up. Think for a moment about the last time you said, when was the last time you said the words, I can't? Well, when we say I can't, we set ourselves up for failure. When we say I can't, we start to believe that we can't. So belief is important, and we have to start by saying that we can and we'll try and it's possible. So believing you can, not saying I can't, and being fearless, being courageous. It takes a lot more courage sometimes when things are difficult, but we have to continue to be courageous. We have to be fearless, and we have to identify things that might make us feel a little scared at times, but do them anyway. Because when we do that, we empower ourselves, and we teach the world that we don't let fear stand in the way of opportunities. And when we're able to do that, that brings a sense of confidence. And that confidence is what pushes us forward to do many things in life, to remain positive, and to go forward in life with a really good attitude. Because attitude is important. I'm sure many of you've heard that attitude is altitude, and that's a famous quote that I love because it also relates to flying. When I finally was able to fly a plane after many hours, many instructors, 3 different airplanes, flight training in Florida, California, and Arizona multiple times, people telling me, I think we've done everything we can. I don't know if this is possible. Well, I just kept going. And there was something in me. I brought up a picture of an airplane and I put it on the backdrop of a computer. And this computer is what I used every morning to do my work. And so every time I woke up in the morning, I'd spend just a couple seconds looking at the airplane and envisioning what it was like to fly that plane. And sure enough, that powerful vision, that intention that was put out there, that I believed that I was flying that plane, and every morning I would do that, it made it a lot easier to accomplish the goal. And finally the day came when my instructor told me, now you can fly an airplane on your own. And it was unlike any day in my life. It empowered me to believe that I'm pilot in command, that I can do anything, and most importantly, that anyone can do anything. And to share that message across the world, I've had the wonderful gift and the blessing of being able to do that now in 27 countries all over the world, to show the world that disability doesn't mean inability. And while I know not everyone has a disability that's visual, everyone has some kind of challenge. And I think that's what relates, how people relate to me, is they recognize they have their own challenges. Everyone has their own challenges. But we also have...
Sorry to interrupt. You just said a golden line. Disability does not mean inability. How wonderful. How wonderful. Everybody, I want you to listen to it and pay attention. Whatever you have learned from me in the month of November or anytime, Jessica is the live testimony of all that. She is here to let you know that she has lived all those things which I have said, and whatever I said in the last month is not incorrect. If, so far Jessica said power of intention, envision, she put the poster and she was always looking at it a couple of hours. It is something incredible. All right. It is something possible. It is something very, very important. Okay. She just said that I painted the picture. I used to envision myself flying an airplane every single day before I actually flew. So when you actually put it in your mind, the whole world will see you. Okay. The whole world will see you. And never say can't, you can. Disability does not mean inability. Well done, Jessica. You are a rock star. I really want each and every one of you to write, Jessica, you rock. Jessica, I'm sorry. On Zoom, only two of us are connected. So you may not be able to see those comments, but I'm going to show you what people are writing. And wait a minute. Okay. Probably. Okay. I'll share with you that picture or maybe the screen sharing in a couple of minutes. In the meanwhile, you
Okay.
can proceed. You can proceed. Thank you.
I think that captured most of what I wanted to say in a very short period. I could talk on and on about some of the things I've done, but that essence of desire, persistence, fearlessness, and
Mhm.
being able to find a way and not give up, and that's important for anyone, and it can be applied to anyone's life and their challenges and their obstacles.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. That's something which everybody knows, but people don't want to live that. People just feel that they will be able to live it. People get inspired, but the inspiration is short-lived. So Jessica, here is a question from my side. How can anybody, like a youngster comes to you and he says, yeah, ma'am, I really want to become like you. I want to be an inspiration to the world as well, but my challenge is that I do it for 10 days and then I give up, and then something comes up, some office work, some exams, and I'm not able to continue. I'm not able to follow through. My parents do not support, or sometimes the society does not support. Sometimes I'm financially not well off and I'm not able to do all that. So what advice would you give to such people?
I think it's important to recognize that we can dwell on the excuses or we could just start finding a way. And once you put that out there, it's amazing if you go forward with a positive attitude of, I'm going to find a way and eliminate it, because everyone's going to have roadblocks. Everyone's going to have something stand in the way, no matter what it is. But you can't let that stop you. You just keep moving forward. You keep focusing on the positive.
Very true. Absolutely. So guys, focus on the positive. So Jessica, can you please let us know or share with us some of your life experiences when you were learning to fly the plane? Because whenever I imagine a woman or a man flying the airplane with this kind of a deformity, I would say, my mind says that, okay, approaching an instructor. Just a moment, Jessica. Yeah, I wanted to show you that we are live on YouTube, and there are more than 2,000 people right now seeing it live, and more than 2,000 people have already come and they have visited. So this is where you are live right now. 1,737 people on YouTube, and same amount of people are getting connected on Facebook Live. So you can see. Jessica, you rock, really incredible. You can read the comments. I salute you, ma'am. Disability does not mean inability. All right. You are genius, Jessica. Uh, all right. So this is
I
what
see
people are
that.
saying
Thank
about
you.
this. Yeah. Well,
Great.
so Jessica, I wanted to ask you this question that approaching an instructor. See, if I have some problem and I go to my parents and I tell them, hey, I want to fly an airplane, my parents, out of overlove, can tell me, yeah, Jessica, you will fly the plane. But approaching a flight instructor who has
Mm.
owned so many airplanes, and those people may not take a person, okay, how did you convince them actually that they should teach you, they should take personal interest in you? Because they're putting their planes at stake, their licenses at stake. If anything goes wrong, they are responsible. How did you convince them? You can let
Well,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
What's his name?
His name is Chewy, and sorry about that. He almost knocked over the microphone, but we're
Let him
uh,
let him enjoy. I mean, we are
okay.
absolutely fine
Is
with
that
it.
okay? He just roams. Okay,
Absolutely.
roam free.
Don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the instructor, just so that you have an idea, the instructor not only has his license on the line when it comes to instructing me to fly, but he also has his own airplane on the line, because it's
Absolutely.
not my plane, it's his plane, it's his license, it's his career. It's a very critical position to be in when you're an instructor and you allow your student to fly your airplane. And I had a number of instructors, so I have to give credit to not just really not just one instructor, because I had some incredible instructors that played a part. Because if you can imagine, this took creativity from all different people, different instructors, different people who are familiar with flying, because it's not an easy task to essentially reinvent a new way to fly a plane. And my instructor, I remember meeting my first instructor. I didn't even actually meet him. I was on the phone with him and I explained, can I come out and train with you? And he's like, well, why don't you just train in your own state? Well, he had a particular airplane that I needed to fly. And I had to explain to him it's because I don't have arms and I need to fly in your plane because it's the most suitable for me. And he then said, well, you just told me you also have a black belt in Taekwondo. And knowing that I'd already had an accomplishment allowed him to have this trust and this confidence that if I could earn a black belt, so the things that we do to build up our resume help, I think, shows the capacity that you can accomplish another goal. And so for him, when he heard that I was a black belt in Taekwondo and that I already had a college degree, he thought, well, you know, she's worked hard to get these things. Perhaps she'll work hard towards this next goal of flying a plane. And he took me on as his student without too much hesitation and wanted to see what I could do. And also he saw that I could text message with my toes and figured if I could text with my toes, well, then I could perhaps I could handle the controls of an airplane.
Okay. Wow. That's incredible. You know, convincing somebody with your skills, but I know for that you had to do so much. Jessica, I want to play one of your videos where you are in action, where you are flying an airplane. I would like to ask you, which video do you recommend the most out of these ones? Okay. I have been playing this one, the 3-minute video, which I see here. Do
Oh,
you
that was a good one. Mhm.
this one? Okay, let me
Yes.
just play this one. Guys, let's watch Jessica in action completely. Some buffering time. Okay, it's going to play any moment.
Okay,
So guys,
great.
watch this video, take the inspiration. I really want you to see what is possible. You know, everything is possible. We have been hearing.
Just 3 years ago, she had never been in an airplane because of a fear of flying. Now, 25-year-old Jessica Cox is a licensed pilot, which is pretty incredible considering she was born with no arms. Les Trent with her story of triumph and courage.
This pilot is flying with no hands, literally. Jessica Cox is the nation's first and only licensed pilot who has no arms.
When I tell people that I'm a pilot, they're like, what?
Jessica was born without arms, but she can do almost everything with just her feet. From putting in her contacts to texting her friends on her cell phone, even playing the piano. Jessica has a black belt in Taekwondo. She makes a living as a motivational speaker, but always had a fear of flying. So Jessica decided to face her fears head on and got a pilot's license. She talked with our Jim Murray.
How is it possible to fly a plane without hands?
You know, it's even hard for me to believe when I'm talking about it. You just do it.
Jessica invited us up for a spin high above the Arizona desert. Her lucky flying shirt reads, "Look, Ma, no hands." She showed us how she controls her plane.
And I would have my right foot right here on the yoke and my left foot here on the throttle. And I'm using my big toe to push on the push to talk switch.
So you feel perfectly safe?
I do, yes.
Is there any issue with safety at all?
There's not. After, an hour, just like driving with her in a car after an hour or so, you don't even really realize she has no arms.
Our cameras were mounted inside the small plane to see Jessica in action. Watch as she takes off. Jessica uses her left foot to control the throttle. Then her right foot pulls out the wheel as she lifts off. It looks scary, but she does it like a pro. And watch, after she makes a picture-perfect landing, she stretches her leg and opens the cockpit windows.
How was the flight?
That was fun.
Wow. Jessica, You are the goddess when it comes to living and inspiring so many people. See, I'm day in and day out delivering seminars, trainings in India, and inspiring people. It takes a lot of efforts, but your this effort which you have taken silently in the last so many years, and not only your efforts, your instructors, your parents. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. And what you have really told the world is that you can reach to any height if you have that desire, if you have that dream, if you have that persistence, perseverance, passion for your life. Okay. So, Jessica, can you also tell us about what was your childhood like? What kind of a person you were in the school? And when you used to see the normal people like with two hands, were you ever depressed? Were you ever thinking that why God has never given me the hands? And how did you deal with those times?
It was very difficult to grow up, and obviously now you see me as an adult, you hear my story, but not much of the journey of the obstacle of being different is captured in the videos because it's hard to really to share that. But it was very hard and felt ostracizing at times, and I felt alone, like no one understood me, like people are always staring at me. And really, one of my proudest accomplishments is being comfortable and confident in my own skin, because for many years I would do things to hide the fact that I don't have arms. Growing up, it wasn't easy to be different, because when you're different, it singles you out and it gives people a reason to pick on you or stare at you. And so I would do things to hide my armlessness by wearing a long sleeve jacket or putting on, for many years, I wore prosthetic arms to school. Prosthetics are wonderful for people who've lost their limbs. But for me, I was born this way, so it was it was actually more difficult. It wasn't as natural, because if you think about it, they weighed about 10 pounds and they're on my shoulders, and it takes more effort, energy, and time to use a prosthetic limb than to use my feet. So I did things like wearing the prosthetics under a sweatshirt or jacket so I could blend in, and made this extra effort, more energy than necessary. I spent just trying to be like everyone else, trying to avoid standing out. And now it's like every day I celebrate the difference because it's helping so many people around the world. And it's a gift, it's a blessing. And what I really didn't like as a young person is my greatest gift right now. And it's amazing how I used to be like that, where I'd wish for arms. As a 5-year-old, I even went up to people and say, "Please pray that I have arms. Please pray that God gives me arms." And that was just how I was as a young person, looking around and seeing everyone has something I don't have. So I had to come out of that stage in my life and recognize that this is really a gift, that I'm different for a reason.
Wow. Such a, I know that, for people like us, watching you flying the plane is very easy and getting inspired, but how much hardship it has been. Like, it is said that nothing fails like success because people go through a lot of hardship and then only they achieve success, and that's how it is. Jessica, I would like to invite few questions from the audience, but before that, I want you to I want you to know that what people are sharing about you. So please try to keep this other 24 hours. Sir, please keep this video on and on so that we can keep watching it anytime. Um, and you are incredible, Jessica. We salute you. Divine, awesome, mind-blowing Jessica, ma'am. Man, you are great, and you have done the things no one had done. Ma'am, you are great, and you have done the things which nobody else has done for the world. Always be happy. So all those kind of things. So
Aw, thank you to all your viewers, all your audience, and thank you for all your comments and all the statements. Thank you so much.
So guys, at this moment, do you have any question which you want to ask Jessica? And I would like to invite those questions. I may not be able to take all the questions, but we will select 2 or 3 questions, or maybe 4 best questions, depending upon whether they're relevant or not. Um, You are an inspirational, Jessica, for us. Big salute to you by me and my 9-year-old daughter, Anvika Pihu. Okay, thanks for a wonderful interview. As of now, so guys, any question, please? So, so is asking, wanna know Jessica's favorite place? So, Jessica, what's your favorite place?
Oh, my favorite place. I've been to 27 countries and spoken, and it's always been a gift to go to every country and see the beauty in each country. I have I have not been to India. I would love to go to India one day. I hope to. As many people, I'm sure would. I would love to go and meet and experience what India is like, and share my message there one day as a speaker and coach. I would love to do that. I have been to, I think one of my favorite places was Malaysia. And that was one of my first favorite places to go because of all the colors and all the wonderful food that comes together, all the different spices, and the people are so friendly. That was my first favorite place that I did my an international keynote speech. That was back many years ago now.
So, Jessica, I can tell you very soon you are going to be invited in India.
Oh, that'd be great.
To make sure that, once this COVID thing is over and we get the license again to do big workshops of 2,000 people, 3,000 people, putting up them together, I can tell you that you to be my first choice for the speakers list. Good, really happy. Jessica, somebody has asked.
Great.
Somebody has asked, how do you cheer yourself up after a setback?
Ooh, what a good question, because don't we all have setbacks at times? Um, One of the things that helps me is using gratitude. And gratitude is, I think, what helps us kind of move forward and pull ourselves out of a negative spot or a negative place. And for example, if I've failed at doing something, I have to sit and reflect and say, well, you know what, but there were a lot of other things that I was able to accomplish. And so going back to the gratitude and the things that you're grateful for, I think that's what will help when you are in a situation where maybe you have a setback.
Right. Okay. So, Jessica, another question. So, guys, keep writing these things. These are the golden nuggets which you are getting, and these are directly coming from the horse's mouth. So, you must really value them so much. This is a special moment for each one of us, so that we are learning directly from Jessica Cox. Guys, so Jessica, another question which people are asking is, how do you manage your day-to-day? I know that day-to-day might be very difficult because just now you mentioned that you are alone in the house. Okay, you're alone in the house. So who all live in your house? Who all help you? And how do you manage the whole day? So what are the difficulties do you face?
Well, you all saw my dog here because he keeps popping in and out of the screen. And I have to take care of him. Like this morning when I fed him, I use my feet to grab his, bowl of food and feed him and take care of those responsibilities. My husband is currently out of town, but he normally would be here. And him and I live here in the household. And one day we may have children if we plan to, possibly. And my career takes us around the world so often that it's hard to have anything at home really because we're always traveling. But in the household, we just, there's a piano behind me too. So
Yeah.
Patrick and I play the piano at times, and you saw that in the video. I do a lot of the things around the house, for example, like doing the dishes or cooking food. I sit on a chair that's high enough so that I can elevate my feet. So
Wow.
that's how it's different than most people, is that I have a bar stool chair that goes in the kitchen and goes in the bathroom, and having my chair that high allows me to sit so that I can use my feet to do everything for ordinary tasks.
Awesome. That's good. That's cool. Um, So, Jessica, have you ever had the fear of public speaking and addressing people? And did you ever see yourself as a person delivering messages to the whole world?
I love that question because I knew that God had something in store for me. What it was exactly, I had no idea, but I knew that He was really helping me to share my story in a way that was going to help other people. And I could feel it even as early as, a high school student or a college student. I knew that there was something, but I didn't know it was going to be speaking. And I was afraid to speak because I was very shy. The first time I ever spoke, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was asked to share my life with a group of young people who had challenges. And when I spoke and shared my story, I was just so nervous. And then they told me how inspired they were. And
Right.
that inspiration is what kept me moving forward, that I could consider it as a career.
How lovely. How lovely. And yeah,
Sorry about that.
it's
Okay.
absolutely all right. It's absolutely okay. Everyone, just say how wonderful, such a lovely inspiration in front of us. So, Jessica, do you read books? And if yes, then which are your favorite books for all of us?
I love real stories, books about people's lives that inspire us. I'm more of a nonfiction reader, and self-help books, because we all need encouragement. And books like, Think and Grow Rich, that famous book, obviously, and other books that inspire us, because hearing and learning from other people's stories and lives, I think, is very wonderful. So I do like self-help books and nonfiction.
Okay, that's great. So, Jessica, another thing is, do you meditate? Do you advise people meditating? Because I'm sure when you might have gone through challenges in your life, you might have really had to control your mind, and it's hard to control the mind without without meditation, without meditating. So, do you agree? Do you do meditation? Have you learned it? Or do you experience this, or are you meditating while working?
I like meditation, and I've done some. I've tried out meditating before. Prayer is very powerful for me, and
Mhm.
prayer is an opportunity to definitely be quiet and to reflect, and that's what really helps me out a lot.
Hmm. Okay. So, Jessica, one last question from audience I will take, and that is, many people in this entire life, when you shared with them that, hey, I want to do this, I want to reach to the top, I want to fly high in the sky, I'm sure many people might have come across on your way who said, hey, Jessica, you can't do it. Or maybe they did not say it directly on your face, but they might have demonstrated their behavior, or maybe they might have made you feel something like that. So how did you deal with those kind of people and those moments?
I think for me, every single day, I think everyone sees, especially strangers, they could obviously see me and say, you can't do that. And being a powerless child made it even more difficult, because as a child, we don't really have, we don't have much power. And being told you can't constantly, it, it really bothered me, and it frustrated me to the point where I think I learned, out of just doing it so often, how to block out that negative voice that other people will say, you can't do it, and to really channel it into an energy, into a power to do something. So to say, someone says, oh, you can't do that, or you can't, then I'll be thinking in my head, well, watch me, I can do it. So somehow you have to make that switch where you use that discouragement in a way to encourage you, to help you push forward, especially when it's most difficult. So being told you can't on a regular basis was frustrating and made me angry. But it also, hearing it so often because of my unique situation, I had to make that switch early on in order to do things, was to stop listening to that voice.
Very true. Great. So, guys, what do you have to say about this inspiring lady? I really want to know your comments about Jessica Cox and about this live inspiration with us. I'm going to read some of those comments in front of Jessica, so that we all can honor her presence. And in the meanwhile, I would like you to follow her at all the possible places, because I'm going to share with you her website. This is Jessica Cox website, jessicacox.com, and you can just look at this entire website. I'm going to take you through this website. Possible Thinking, Achieve the Impossible, Right Footed, a touching, family friendly, motivational documentary. Do watch this documentary. It is 2015 winner of Social Impact Film Hollywood Film Festival. Okay, Touching the Family and Friends, this film, way to watch. So again, I just said it is not an ordinary moment. This moment when we are meeting Jessica Cox live is not an ordinary moment. Over 30 film festival screenings. Okay, it is not in one film festival, 30 more film festivals, and you can watch Jessica's videos here. You can follow Jessica on YouTube, and all the things which you need to know about Jessica Cox are here. You can just know about I mean, in fact, I picked up her email ID from this website. Okay, because I didn't have any kind of direct link to reach to Jessica Cox, and she was kind enough. I mean, the story goes like this, that I was always inspired by Jessica. I saw her first video, I think in 2007 or 2008. And from that moment, I have played her videos in more than 1,000 workshops of mine. And every time I watch, I used to think like, how could she convince somebody to teach her how to fly an airplane? Okay. It was a mystery for me, and I really wanted to decode this mystery. And I know nobody else can give me the right answer of this question apart from Jessica. So I always was willing to have Jessica. So I just found her website, and I just sent her an email. But I was waiting for the right moment. I didn't want to have Jessica just with 20 people attending it live, or 100 people attending it live. I wanted to make it to reach to minimum 10,000 people. That was the commitment from my side to Jessica. And I was waiting till I become that strong. And by God's grace, with your blessings, today Jessica is with us, and she's kind enough. Like, I sent her an email, and for around 1.5, 2 months, 3 months, I did not receive any reply, and I was like, oh, maybe Jessica is so busy. And after after around 3 months, all of a sudden I opened my mailbox and I received a reply, and Jessica wrote me that, hey, I'm so sorry, your mail was buried in my mailbox. I was not able to really look at it. And that's where this journey began. And this is so special journey. So Jessica, I'm going to read once again. Ma'am, you are incredible. Your inspirational journey is something. You are a rock star, Jessica. You really very great inspiration for me. You inspire me, ma'am. Awesome. You are really incredible. Who is your role model? Who is your role model, Jessica?
Great question. My role model, I have a friend of mine who was also born without, well, she was not born without arms, but she lost her arms at the age of 3. And I always wondered if anyone else was out in the world doing the things the way that I do them. And she came up on a news story, and I wanted to reach and meet her. And when I met her, it really transformed my life to know that I'm not the only one. And she became my role model. So she stays fit. She's a fitness person. And for me, whenever I feel like I need to ask a question, I'll text her or send her a message, and her and I stay in communication. So she's my role model.
How amazing. How amazing. So, Jessica, first of all, I want to thank you. And please be with us for a couple of minutes. I want to share with people something. Jessica, a couple of days ago, I was sharing with people that there are 3 kinds of beliefs which people have and people live their life by. One is, I'm not enough. I can't do much. My life is going to be ordinary, and I need to prove myself, and I need to work very hard, and so many things. I mean, I'm not enough. No matter how much they achieve, they always feel I'm not enough. So they are living with scarcity mentality. The second belief I shared with people is that I'm more than enough. Sorry, I'm enough. Okay, I can do many things. I am enough, no matter whether I have less or more, but I am still enough. And there are third category of people like Jessica Cox who always feel that I'm more than enough. No matter how I am, who I am, whether I have hands or legs or I don't have anything. I mean, my role models, if people ask me, one is Jessica Cox, one is Nick Vujicic. Okay. Nick is the person without limbs, I mean, without hands and without legs, and still doing so much. So he's always living happy. So I always say the third kind of people are those kind of people who always feel that even if they don't have anything, they are still living the life more than enough. And why I'm sharing it with you, Jessica, because right now all the people who have connected with us live, those people have attended my 1-month-long workshop, and this was one of the things which I really wanted them to learn, that we are more than enough, no matter who we are, where we are, and how we are. And you are literally proving it right. I mean, people like you are such a blessing to this universe, because especially people when living in stress, in trauma, watching your one video is enough to make them think or shift their thinking completely 360 days, 360 degree. So Jessica, this is what is uh, in store in this interview. I really, really want to thank you. And I promise you that very soon I'm going to plan an event in India so that we can have you live here. I just wish that you can be here live with us for at least a couple of days, so that we can see you. I really want to touch you and feel as if you are the
Aw.
real person, or you are just you know, because it needs a lot of courage. It needs a lot of courage. Am I agree? I mean, do you agree, everybody? I know that each and every one are sending thousands of messages. I'm not able to even read all of them. BSR, thank you so much for inviting Jessica ma'am live in this show. Such interview really gives a lot of motivation and encouragement to all of us. You know, this thing. You are the rarest. Whole nation is proud of you, ma'am. We love you so much. Whole world is proud of you, ma'am. This is what has been written. So thousands of messages. I don't know whether I'll be able to capture all these messages or not, but then I surely will send you this recording for your store so that you can watch it again. And all the people, don't worry, it is going to be live on my YouTube for lifetime, so that you can watch it again and again and again. But I want to sum it up with a couple of things. One is, Jessica said, don't say I can't. Say I can. Am I right, Jessica?
Yes.
I can. I mean, I'm more than enough. I'm more than enough. So I can. Obviously, I mean, there is nothing which can stop me. The second thing is, focus on courage, not on just fears. If you focus on your fears, I'm telling you that fears are going to make you feel worst. And Jessica dealt with all her fears, and she shared with you that she was shy. She was also facing those kind of challenges which a normal kid will face. She used the prosthetic arms and to hide her disability. But then she said, disability does not mean inability. You are always able. You are always there. I mean, if you decide, nothing is impossible for you. That's what she said. Okay, desire. But do you have desire? Are you hungry to fly a plane? Are you hungry to fly a plane? Or are you just hungry for finding the excuses? Oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. This is the reason I can't do it. Are you busy pointing the fingers that I can't do it because of my mom, because of my dad, because of my family, because of my society, because of lack of money? Or are you here to just do it? I'm sure Jessica might have given only one story to her. I am flying the plane, period. Am I right, Jessica?
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of challenges you might have faced, but then you had a desire. I want to fly a plane. That's it, period. And that's where Jessica is an inspiration, guys. Please learn from this interview. I don't want to stretch this interview too much, because this lesson also, if you can digest, I'm sure each and every one of you will benefit. And let's have only one intention right now. Let's have Jessica live amongst us in India very soon, as soon as possible. So I'm going to say one intention, and each and every one of us are going to repeat it verbally wherever you are sitting. I can't see you right now, but then still, I believe you. So let's do it. So Jessica Cox is in India delivering her seminar live in front of 10,000 people with all of us. And we all are seeing her live and in front of us. Okay. And as soon as possible, just say tathastu, just say, and so it is, just say it's going to happen. So Jessica, we really, really love you a lot. I just want to tell you that in India, you have a huge fan following. In India, more people know you than probably you expect. And people like me are constantly sharing about you. You are a role model and inspiration, a real genius person for all of us. And we wish you a lot of luck, a lot of love, a lot of success. Even we wish you more power so that you can inspire more and more people till the eternity. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I will see you all in India. See you then.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Jessica. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. So I'm sure each and every one of you had a great interview, great support. I mean, what did you learn from Jessica? I want you to share with me, what did you learn with Jessica? Okay. Please share with me that right now. Okay. Jessica, I mean, guys, I really want to tell you that there are no ordinary moments. कोई भी ordinary moment है ही नहीं. अभी मैं हिंदी में बात कर सकता हूँ. There are no ordinary moments. There are only special moments. And this was one of the most special moments. Okay. रिकॉर्डिंग इज गोइंग टू बी पब्लिश्ड, ओके, क्योंकि ये जब लाइव होता है, लाइव होने के बाद ये प्रोसेस करता है, थोड़ी सी देर प्रोसेसिंग चलता है, और प्रोसेसिंग होने के बाद आई थिंक इट विल बी लाइव ऑन यूट्यूब फॉर कपल ऑफ मोर आवर्स, एंड उसके बाद इट विल बी अवेलेबल एज ए नॉर्मल यूट्यूब वीडियो, ऑलराइट. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, वी विल जस्ट पुट अ थंबनेल एंड एवरीथिंग विल बी टेकन केयर. पर दोस्तों समझिए इस चीज को, कौन होते हैं, कैसे, कितना स्पेशल लेडी होगी ये, ओके, किस लेवल पे जैसिका काम कर रही है. हाथ नहीं है लेकिन इंस्पिरेशन बहुत ज्यादा है. 27 कंट्रीज में अकेली ट्रैवल कर रही हैं, अकेली अपने घर पे हैं, अपने डॉग को मैनेज कर रही हैं, अपना खाना खुद बना रही हैं, अकेली. हमारे यहाँ पे एक नॉर्मल बच्चे को भी अकेला नहीं छोड़ते घर वाले. ओके, बोलते हैं कि अरे इसका खाना कौन बनाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट वी नीड टू लर्न, इंडिपेंडेंस. इन लोगों से मतलब पूरा का पूरा खुद रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना, हर एक हाल में, हर हाल चाल में पॉजिटिव होना, हर हाल चाल में अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी खुद लेना, ये होता है एक रियल कमांडो. और आप में से हर एक आदमी को अगर ये जानना है कैसे बनता है ऐसा कमांडो, तो हमारी कमांडो ट्रेनिंग में कभी ना कभी जरूर आइएगा, या फिर मेरी पर्सनल एलीट कोचिंग ग्रुप में कभी ना कभी आइएगा, या फिर मैजिक ऑफ थिंकिंग रिच तो आपके लिए हमेशा है ही. मैजिक ऑफ थिंकिंग रिच फिर से दोस्तों होने जा रहा है 3 जनवरी से 18 जनवरी तक. ये नए साल का तोहफा है कम से कम 1,08,000 इंडियंस को. आप लोग सभी मेरा साथ दें, आप सभी इस मिशन में कामयाब हों, कामयाब बनाने में हेल्प करें. जैसिका जैसे लोगों को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाऊंगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा इन लोगों के डायरेक्ट मुंह से भी हम लोग सुनेंगे कि क्या है. और देखिए, जैसिका ने एक भी ऐसी चीज नहीं बोली जो हमने मैजिक ऑफ थिंकिंग रिच में नहीं डिस्कस की. ओके, वो ही सारी चीजें, आई एम मोर देन इनफ, वो ही सारी चीजें कि भैया विजुअलाइज करो अपनी सफलता को. पहले से बोलती है, मैं उस प्लेन की पिक्चर लगा के रोज उसको विजुअलाइज करती थी, और उस प्लेन के पिक्चर को मैं विजुअलाइज करके आई रियली यूज्ड टू सी इट. उसके अलावा डिजायर परसिस्टेंट एंड फियरलेस के बारे में उन्होंने बात किया. एंड सबसे की मैसेज, डिसेबिलिटी डज नॉट मीन इनएबिलिटी. एम आई राइट? मतलब डिसेबिलिटी हो सकती है, फाइनेंशियल डिसेबिलिटी हो सकती है क्या, लेकिन आप फाइनेंस कम होने, मतलब हाथ नहीं है उस लेडी के यार, और हाथ नहीं है उसके बाद वो एरोप्लेन उड़ाती है. शी इज फ्लाइंग एरोप्लेन, ओके, विदाउट हैंड्स. एंड आप कहते हो थोड़ा सा पैसा कम है इसलिए मैं नहीं कर पा रहा, मेरे को बिजनेस तो करना है लेकिन मैं नहीं कर सकता. अरे क्यों नहीं कर सकते? कौन स्टॉप कर रहा है? आइडिया लाओ ना, कोई ऐसा बिना पैसों का आइडिया लाओ, सोचो तो सही, क्यों नहीं हो सकता? व्हाई इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल? Everything is possible in this world, in this universe. Every single thing is possible. Is that correct or not? And you are just focusing on one challenge which you have, because you are thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. So do you really want, I mean, just imagine Jessica would have had both the arms, okay, from the childhood, and then she would have flew an aeroplane, okay. Would you be inspired? No. Would she be an inspiration? No. There are thousands of aeroplane pilots. Do you really invite them to speak? No. Your challenge is the biggest opportunity. वापस से बोलिए, मैंने क्या बोला? Your challenge is the biggest opportunity. But the problem is we do not see it as an opportunity. We just feel, oh, it will happen. No, guys. It is, nothing is going to happen to you and in your destiny until and unless you decide. It's all about your hunger. It's all about your desire. It's all about your passion. It's all about your commitment. It's all about your focus. It's all about your dedication, determination, all about your programming of the mind. If you are focusing on challenges, oh, challenges are too big. Yeah, they will be big. If you say, I am going to climb that mountain, no matter how high that is, I don't care. I'm going to go on Everest. I don't care. You will reach to the Everest. And she herself shared that when an aeroplane pilot, the instructor is trying to teach you to fly an aeroplane, his license is at stake. His aeroplane is at stake. Okay, his entire life is at stake, and her entire life is at stake. I mean, it can be a challenge, but then when you have the faith in yourself, the whole universe will support you. The whole universe is going to support you. Many people ask me, when you support the world selflessly, the whole universe will support you endlessly. You know, giving your life 100%, living your life 100%, like Jessica Cox, is also supporting the world selflessly. You know, her one video brings hope to people, her one video brings smile to people. You know, when you live your life 100%, when you give your life 100%, that's also a selfless service to the universe. Okay, so become best in your field, become a role model for millions. That's also serving the world selflessly. So I want to wind up this conversation today in Think Rich Show by just giving you once again the philosophy: when you support the world selflessly, the whole universe supports you endlessly. जब जब आप पूरी दुनिया को, पूरे ब्रह्मांड को दिल से सपोर्ट करते हो, पूरा वर्ल्ड आपको, पूरा ब्रह्मांड आपको एंडलेसली सपोर्ट करेगा. Believe in that philosophy. Join me and my mission on 3rd of January, 3rd of January to 18th of January. Okay, in the magic of thinking rich. आपको इसकी डिटेल्स कहाँ से मिल सकती है? For that, get connected to me on Instagram, coach.bsr मेरा इंस्टाग्राम चैनल है. यूट्यूब में भी जो मेरे अभी से सभी वीडियोस डल रहे हैं, उनके सबके डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन का लिंक है. रजिस्टर कीजिए, जल्दी से जल्दी रजिस्टर कीजिए, एंड अपने सभी दोस्तों को, अपने सभी भाई बहनों को, अपने परिवार को, मतलब अभी लास्ट मैजिक ऑफ थिंकिंग रिच में कम से कम 1000-2000 परिवारों ने अपने बच्चों के साथ, छोटे छोटे बच्चों से लेके बुजुर्गों के साथ, 80 साल तक के बुजुर्ग, 6 साल से 80 साल तक के लोगों ने मैजिक ऑफ थिंकिंग रिच अटेंड किया. एंड यू नो व्हाट, a child may not understand what I'm saying, but the child's subconscious mind understands everything what I'm saying. एक बच्चा शायद ये नहीं समझेगा कि मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन उसका सबकॉन्शियस माइंड पूरी तरह से समझ रहा है. अगर नहीं समझता तो अभिमन्यु कभी भी गर्भाशय में ये सीख नहीं पाता कि चक्रव्यूह कैसे तोड़ना है. Okay, so watch it with your full families. Make sure that you are rock star. Make sure that you are living your life well. Make sure that you are taking a lot of inspiration from people like Jessica. Magic of thinking rich is going to be in your life if you think like Jessica, if you think about possibilities. God bless you. Wish you a happy night. Take care. इस वीडियो का डिस्क्रिप्शन भी आप देखिएगा, ये यूट्यूब पे लाइव होने वाला है, मतलब लाइव तो है ही अभी इस समय. इसके अलावा जैसे ही लाइव खत्म हो जाएगा, इट विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन यूट्यूब फॉर यू टू वॉच इट लेटर. एंड व्हाट आई वांट टू से, या इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स वी विल गिव यू द रजिस्ट्रेशन लिंक एंड ऑल द अदर डिटेल्स ऑफ मैजिक ऑफ थिंकिंग रिच. कीप वॉचिंग द स्पेस, कीप गेटिंग कनेक्टेड, लेट्स इंस्पायर द होल वर्ल्ड. अब बड़ा सोचेगा इंडिया, अब बहुत बड़ा सोचेगा इंडिया. लेट्स टेक दिस मिशन ऑफ mission Think Rich India to the national level, and as early as possible, let's make every single family think rich. The magic of thinking rich is spreading. Let the magic begin. God bless you. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.